We have spoken about having passion for the job and having some extracurricular activities and how to look good in an interview and how to stand out. One of the biggest things that has helped me out in my career is appearing in Google search results as often as possible for the right reasons, right? So, you don't want to appear in the Google search results because you caused some horrible calamity and made it in the news. You want to appear for the right reasons. Now, I started off my career in Linux as a Linux system administrator, and with an eye on security. I've always been interested in security from the very beginning, but especially before companies started hiring security departments and cybersecurity became in such demand, I was a Linux system administrator. So back then, I was very active in mailing lists, Linux user groups, all kinds of things. And all these mailing lists and forums and things get archived or get searched by Google. And especially in professional forums or technical forums, I always use my real name. I always use the same email address, treed@ultraviolet.org, and that got picked up by Google. So I will actually, well, I mentioned in one of these other videos that when someone comes to interview and I'm looking at their resume, I'll Google their name, see what they've been up to. Everybody does that. So you really want something good to show up when they do that. I had so much good stuff on Google that in my resume, I actually include a link that they can click on in the PDF to the Google search results. So let's just go over here and let's search for Tracy Reed Linux. So my LinkedIn comes up, my Twitter comes up, my work at UCSD comes up, presentation I did at Scale 19X comes up, my blog comes up, lots of blog stuff, Linux kernel mailing lists, suggestions for Linux security patches. And let's see, this is just some bogus fluff website. This, I don't know what that is. That's not me. Various other Tracys in the world, but 3 of these pictures are actually me. And you can start clicking through here. And is Linux really more secure than Windows? All kinds of stuff. Some of this is not me. A lot of it is. That's me. That's not me. That's me. That's me. So there's just, let's go back here to the 8th page. Okay, I think, okay, that's still me down on the 8th page. That's me. That's me. So, we are like, well, we can go far deep into the Google results. I've got lots of stuff out there. Lots of stuff about Linux. Coincidentally, lots about security. This shows that I've always been interested in security, actually. But we can also search for Tracy Reed and security. And still, I come up with lots of stuff. So if you are active in the business, your name will get out there and you'll get lots of Google hits and pretty much all this stuff. A lot of this had nothing to do with my work or my jobs or anything. I mean, I volunteered to give this presentation. All the mailing list stuff, my Twitter, my blog, that was all stuff I did independent of my employer. That's all stuff I did for free. Sign up for a mailing list, start getting the mail, learn how to use your email reader's filtering capabilities. So that flood of mail all goes into a particular folder, and you ask questions there. If you're trying to figure out how some piece of software works, you need some help with it, you're trying to get set up on it, subscribe to the mailing list for that piece of software and ask questions there. That all gets archived by Google, right? So that's an easy way to get your name out there. So I participate in a lot of mailing lists where discussions have happened. I use my real name, all got into Google. Now, unfortunately, mailing lists are not as popular as they used to be, but they're still preferred for hardcore technical issues and support. Web forums can work, use your real name, but They're kind of a pain to use in comparison to email. You don't really get notifications that someone has replied to your post. You can't really search them other than to use Google. You can't filter them. You can't archive them yourself. They go away if the owner shuts down the website. So, you know, web forums are kind of not ideal. Better than nothing, I suppose. But use your real name. And I know some people, especially security people, are worried about privacy. Well, you can't be a totally private person and be able to market yourself well and get a job. Not unless you're super good at networking. I mean, it's all about trade-offs, right? Risk management, right? Now, I am careful about what I post publicly. I don't post my home address or personal information or anything like that. But I see very little harm in using my real name on a technical forum or mailing list. It's never caused me any problems. It has only brought me good things. So use your real name wherever possible when you are doing good stuff that you want to be associated with. Don't use a real name if you're doing bad stuff that you don't want to be associated with. Don't do bad stuff. But yeah. Put a Google link on your resume, as I have done. Let Google document your history and experience by making yourself seen publicly by, again, participating in forums. Let's see, what else is there to say about this? See, I think, let's go take a look at, where was, I've got a really old post about security somewhere in Google that shows I've been active in cybersecurity since the mid to late 90s, maybe even early 90s. It depends on exactly which one, but I've got a lot of stuff out there and you're welcome to go look through it. But yes, definitely get your name out there so that prospective employers and interviewers can find you and make yourself known for good things.